What if I told you that everything that you think you know about life insurance leads is potentially wrong? Now, what if I said that buying insurance leads only works for, believe it or not, like less than 10% of all insurance agents? Would you believe me now? I'm Doug Massey, and today I'm going to share the ugly truth about life insurance leads and why most of them are complete garbage that, like, I would never wish on anyone. And yet, these suckers are being sold like hotcakes day after day, week after week, year after year. Not only that, but I'm going to share with you the only two types of life insurance leads that I would ever use and why. Now, stick around until the end of the video, and I'm going to show you how to get the policy summary that I give to every client I sell, so that the idea is they have something professional with my information on it, and you're going to be able to do this with your clients. And it actually has like the draft date and the monthly premium of the life insurance policy that was sold. So stick around to the end of the video. I'll show you how to get this guy for yourself. And before I share my two favorite types of leads, let's get into the worst leads you should never waste your time with. And look, guys, I would really appreciate it if you can give me a thumbs up right now. That would be perfect. And I do recommend subscribing if you're a new viewer. We're putting out insurance sales content and or final expense sales training videos like every week. The two type of leads that I would never wish on my worst enemy, that you should not waste your time with: one, the telemarketed lead; two, any second chance lead. And basically what I mean is any lead that like has already been worked by another insurance agent. First off, both of these leads are going to be illegal in June of 2024 due to the new FCC ruling that was designed to stop robocalls and robo-text harassment. Okay, FCC ruling aside, at the end of the day, it's all about the quality. Now, think about this. When a telemarketer cold calls a name on a list and asks that person if it's okay to have an insurance agent call them back to give them a quote for insurance, how good can that lead really be? I mean, the prospect has zero intent. It's not like they were actively searching for insurance. Again, they were called out of the blue and all they did was say the word yes. In my 15 years of experience, the chances of you getting that person back on the phone isn't going to be very good anyways. You're just chasing the lead. As far as aged leads and or reworked leads are concerned, now first off, if it's more than like 2 months old, you need to scrub it against the do not call database, because if you get caught calling a lead that's on the list, you could get sued for thousands and thousands of dollars. Your upline could get sued, and if the policy is actually sold, the insurance carrier could get sued too. And this is when things turn really bad, because the insurance agency and the carrier have to decide whether it's worth it for them or not to actually get the money back from the agent. I regularly warn my agents not to use illegal, non-compliant leads, because if I get sued because of them, because they didn't listen to me and do the right thing, I might have no choice but to sue the agent. I gotta get my money back. And think about this. The agent that had that lead before you couldn't close the sale, so why would you want to waste your time and energy on leads that other agents worked and couldn't close? I mean, what kind of value do you place on your time and your money? Look, guys, my time is way too valuable to be wasting it chasing old leads, but for some it can work. Okay, I get that. Which brings us to the two type of life insurance leads that I love. Now, and we're talking the only two type of leads that I would ever work. Number one, the inbound live TV lead, and number two, the calendar appointment lead, where the prospect has intent on buying insurance and sets an appointment themselves on your calendar to speak with you about getting a quote and potentially buying the life insurance. The reason that we set up a calendar appointment system for all of our agents, in my agency, is because we know that it works, and it works at a very high level. Our top agents are making like $200,000 profit per year and or more, because when you put a hardworking professional salesperson in front of a system that gives them the ability to make like a dozen sales presentations each day over the phone, they're gonna close sales every day. And as far as the inbound TV commercial leads are concerned, think about it. The prospect is calling in after seeing a commercial about life insurance and/or final expense insurance, and they want a quote. Like, they're picking up the phone, dialing the phone number, and you, the agent, are answering. I mean, how can it get better than that? The only issue that I have with TV commercial call-in leads is the cost. Look, those suckers are expensive. Like, they can be $70 to over $90 each. Therefore, if you don't have around $500 to spend each day on this type of lead, you're gonna be sitting around, bored out of your mind, waiting for the phone to ring, which in my experience usually doesn't pan out too well for most agents. Do yourself a favor, either get with an insurance agency that has a calendar appointment system that they'll set up for you, or find an outside vendor, an outside company that'll do this for you. There are people advertising on YouTube and Facebook all the time with these done-for-you systems for like a few $1,000s. Just make sure that the company who's doing the setup for you has guarantees and ongoing training for the system. And another thing, just to be clear, you need to be comfortable using technology for one of these things. Look, these done-for-you appointment funnel systems are pretty complex. At the end of the day, they're only going to be as good as the agent is who's using them. Whatever you do, do your research and do your due diligence, because these things, these done-for-you systems, they don't always work as advertised. The last thing that you want to do is spend like $5,000 or $10,000 on an ad system only to find out that you're not getting appointments, or just as bad, the appointments that you are getting are like very few and end up costing like an average of, I don't know, $100, $200, $300 each. And since Google and Facebook are constantly making changes, you're gonna need to keep up with the technology too. Again, thankfully, most companies that build this type of system will help you with the updates so that you can keep up with the tech, and keep making sales on a regular basis. There's something else that I need to address about lead vendors and buying leads. Stick with me here for a minute. This is pretty important. When a lead vendor generates a lead and sells it, use your common sense. How much do they value that lead? Now, think about it. If the lead was that amazing, why would they sell it? I mean, why wouldn't they just hire a group of insurance agents to work in a call center to sell the insurance for them so that they can keep all the profits made from those amazing leads? I'll tell you why. Because most leads that are generated by lead vendors are crap. Garbage, like a total waste of money. No, I'm not saying that all lead vendors suck. Again, it always comes down to the agent at the end of the day. Even a good lead is not going to do much for an agent who, well, doesn't know how to sell. And even worse, thinks they do. And I get asked all the time, by agents who are outside of our agency, Doug, will you sell me leads? No, I ain't gonna do it, because the fact that we're generating appointments, not just leads, is very rare, and the intent of these appointments and leads is extremely high. What we're doing is completely outside the box, and in my opinion, is the future of insurance sales lead generation. If I were to sell these appointments to outside agents, that would be kind of like giving money away, stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. And don't take me wrong, I'm not a bad guy, but I'm still a businessman, and the fact that we can generate as many appointments as our agents want, like 30 a day, 50 a day, whatever, is not normal and is extremely valuable to the hard-working final expense life insurance producers that I work with and train. If you'd like a copy of the policy summary page that I mentioned way back at the beginning of the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. For more information on working with us on our top producer appointments platform, just shoot me an email at that same address. As always, guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now do your thing, get your headset up, get off that couch, whatever it takes. Make sure that you do something good for someone else today. Happy hunting.